how to stay positive in all circumstances. This is more difficult to do as we get under pressure, under stress, keeping positive. But one thing that's helpful to understand is that we have so many tools at our disposal with Yoganandaji's path, with this great path of meditation. Meditation itself is one of the best, perhaps the best tool. But we have many, many other tools that will help us to stay positive. Now, staying positive can't really be done just with the mind, just by telling yourself, oh, I shouldn't be upset. It goes deeper than that. So the science of yoga, especially our path and the way that it's taught, helps us take control over our flow of energy. For those of you who I assume is most everyone watching, for those of you who are on our path, we have 4 basic techniques of meditation, or not even of meditation, 4 basic techniques that we work with. And all of them help us to control and focus our energy. So we have energization exercises and the Hong Saw and Om technique, and then most of all, Kriya Yoga. And so those techniques are, one might say, built around the axis of controlling our energy. And how to remain positive all the time is not just something of the mind. See, the mind follows the flow of energy. If we can get our energy flowing in a positive way, then the mind will automatically begin to create rationale for why we should be positive. And if the energy is flowing in a negative or downward direction, contracting so that we become more self-involved, then we're going to become negative, and we're going to find all sorts of reasons why only an idiot would try to be positive at this time. And so it's really dependent on our flow of energy, not so much on the thoughts, because the thoughts follow the flow of energy. And so if we can begin to pick it up from that string, and that's what we'll be talking about as we have this more of a time of dialogue. But I just wanted to set the stage by saying that what we want to talk about tonight is not just kind of a shallow, oh, Pollyanna, oh, everything is wonderful, even if we're not feeling that. We want to get down deeper, because if we're not feeling positive, there's no sense in denying that we're not feeling positive, but there's no sense in staying negative either. And so if we have the tools to turn that around, then let's use those tools. And so I think that's what we'll be diving deeper into tonight.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Excuse me. I'll add a few thoughts here as well. You know, there's a marvelous statement in Autobiography of a Yogi in which Master says, thoughts are universally, not individually rooted. And he goes on to explain that there are different currents of consciousness. It's more like tuning a radio to a certain frequency. And so if you turn the radio of your thoughts, your reception station, receiving station, to downward negative energy, then everything you look at is like that. If you turn your consciousness, tune it in to elevating energy, then everything you see reflects that. So it isn't a matter of, well, this bad thing happened, but I'm going to be positive about it. It's living from your own center and aligning your consciousness with upward moving energy, as Jyotish was saying, through techniques, through affirmation, through attunement with the guru. We'll talk about these things more. But this enables you to approach life with an upward solution-oriented perspective, because when we meditate, Master teaches us, we concentrate at the spiritual eye, the Kutastha Chaitanya, and this is also, as our Guru explains, the seat of super consciousness. Now, super consciousness has many, many aspects to it. It is solution-oriented. It is filled with joy. It is the seat of willpower, all of these things. And so it's sort of a reinforcing cycle. And I'll end with this thought, and then we'll have questions and hopefully some answers as well. But if we attune ourselves with upward rising energy within ourselves, then we naturally, by holding the mind here, we naturally have positive solution-oriented thinking. Then if in the world throughout the day, our daily interaction, if we make an effort to be solution-oriented and positive, then when we return to meditation, we haven't lost that focus. But if in the day you're discouraged and angry and negative, and you try to meditate, it's an uphill battle. So positive thinking is reinforced by meditation, and meditation reinforces our positive thinking. So it's really quite a beautiful process. So it really makes all the difference in life, because there's not one of us who are gathered together this morning, or anybody in the world who doesn't have difficult situations that they're going to have to deal with this day. But it just depends on our level of consciousness. And then it makes all the difference, whether we feel that we are in charge of our life, whether we're living from inside out, or whether we're a victim of circumstances. We have a choice.